special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
The first of 3 here on Thanksgiving Day. The Texans and Lions underway from Detroit. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran former #1 pick back in 2009.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before a back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem... to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Goal line, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And this will be a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 14 carries, 72 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field.
And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he was stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. This would complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 18. A big run there by Johnson. 53 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Rosen. A quick throw complete by Rosen. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
To Brandon Cooks.
The numbers for Cooks in that game last week. 3 catches, 59 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to circle this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him. This path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll throw over the middle, take it in. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14. Lions 7.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. That one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The 25-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Here we go with Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Good carry and pick up for a first down there by David Johnson, and he has a chance to fill a lot of voids for this Houston Texans team. They lost their 1,000-yard rusher from last year. Carlos Hyde went to Seattle. But back in 2016, David Johnson led the NFL in all-purpose yards with the Arizona Cardinals. The Texans will be happy to see that guy all year long.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First carry for Trenton Cannon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down, Houston.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up second.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Got a man, that's Allison. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So we're at halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
21, Lions 10.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And on the return, the Texans take over first and 10.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers to New England a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead here as they start first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cannon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, partner, there's a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The tackle made back at his own.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the...
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Angelo Blackson forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. To try again after the sack. Stafford, Amendola catching it left side.
Stafford's pass.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Stafford's pass.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over with a first and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Rosen hands off to Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
David Johnson.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception. Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And here's David Johnson in the Houston offense yet again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. And now it's Rosen looking. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Complete to Jonnu.
A big-time play there for the Texans. 46 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. To throw is Rosen. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Complete to
Jonnu Smith. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Fairbairn to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
So here come the Lions now. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And a pass complete. This one to Danny Amendola. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Middle of the field to Allison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford looks to throw again. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Results in a fourth.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him. And I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. The left side completion to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now. No doubt.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
From the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught outright by Allison. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Allison.
A short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will extend their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. And all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Stafford will get this off to Swift. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And it will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
For Geronimo Allison, incomplete.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tracy Walker. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
One last throw here for Stafford. Intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. So Houston Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had